श्री सच्चिदानंद सद्गुरु साईनाथ महाराज की जय. Sri Sai Satcharitra An Insight-Episode-23. My humble prostrations at the lotus feet of our Sadguru Sai. By the divine grace of Sai, an attempt has been made to translate the gist of the divine discourse of Sri Ramanathan brother telecasted in Sai TV. This is purely done to share the glory of Sai and his divine teachings with more insight to the aspirants. Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnuhu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Gurur Sakshat Parabrahmam Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Devotees, we have been discoursing about the arrangements made for celebrating the Sri Ramanavami and Urus and how Sai bestowed his grace to celebrate these festivals in Shiradi. We also witnessed the infinite services rendered by Radha Krishna Mai to our Sadguru Sai. Mai rendered immeasurable services to transform a fakir to a Maharaja, Shiradi Hamlet to a Samsthan, and Sri Ramanavami festival into a grand celebration which includes collecting valuable items for Baba such as Rath, Palki, flags, horse, and various silver puja articles. Now, let us listen to few details to understand how all these were implemented by Mai. In the month of April, that is on the first day of Chaitra, which is Chittirai as per Tamil calendar, Mai will start her Nama Saptaham. She was the first one to initiate Nama Saptaham for 7 days. Devotees, you might be wondering how Mai started this Nama Saptaham and how Baba granted his approval for the same. It is a very fascinating Leela and let us listen to that now. M.B. Ray considered Radha Krishna Mai as his spiritual guru and respected her as his own mother. Every time Ray came to Shiradi for Baba's darshan, he stayed at mother's house. One morning, during his Shiradi visit, he came for Baba's darshan and around noon, he was going back to Mai's house to rest. Ai was so kind and open-hearted. They both were involved in satsangs and religious discussions. Mai would reveal her ideas and plans to Reg, and similarly, Reg would confide all his views and plans to her. On one such occasion, Reg asked if they could chant God's name, that is, do Nama Japa. What name should be used for chanting was the important question. Radha Krishna Mai said that Sai was her god and hence we can go on with the name Sairam. This is how the name Sairam was introduced by Ai. Even today, Sai devotees address each other by using this term Sairam, whereas this was primarily started by Radha Krishna Ai. Both continued their chanting, and later in the evening, Baba was walking to Lendi. That was part of his routine. On his return, Reg went for Baba's darshan. Baba asked, what was going on in the Shala? By Shala, Baba referred Radha Krishna Mai's cottage. Shala in Marathi means school, and Hemat Panji explains in the later chapters that Baba asked for dakshana from the devotees who approached him and instructed them to go to Shala, which was Mai's house. Among the many impediments to spiritual progress, two of them are more significant. They are wealth and woman. Baba provided in Shirdi two institutions, viz. Dakshina and Radha Krishna Mai. It is a well-known fact that Baba always asked for Dakshina from people who went to see him. This was done to test if the person is attached to wealth and asked them to go to the Shala, that is Radha Krishna Mai's house, as Radha Krishna Mai was young, exquisitely beautiful, and a young widow. Baba tested if the minds of the visitors gets perturbed by glancing at mother. If a person stood these two tests well, that is, if they showed that they were free from attachment for woman and wealth, their progress in spirituality was rapid and assured by Baba's grace and blessings. Now, let us get back to the conversation that took place between Baba and Reg. When Baba questioned what was going on in the Shala, Reg responded, chanting. Baba asked, of what name? Then Reg simply replied, you know it. Baba smiled and was delighted that Reg has perceived his omnipresence, and furthermore, this happening is also a reflection of Baba's desire to initiate the chanting of the mantra Sai Ram. Hence, Baba blessed and said, that's right, keep doing, and that will bring good to you. Thus, this incident indicated the approval of Sai Baba on chanting this mantra. This episode might have occurred in the year 1911. We couldn't trace any proof about the year of occurrence. Subsequently, in 1912, Mother continued with the practice of Nama Saptaha, that is singing the glory of God's name continuously day and night for 7 days. So, that gives a hint that this practice should have started prior to 1912. From this year, Sri Ramanavami Utsav was celebrated with all pomp and glory. From the first day of Chaitra month, all devotees took part by turns in Nama Saptaha, and Mother organized and took part in it. Radha Krishna Mai also did Akhanda Nama Japa, that is incessant chanting on Gudi Padwa, the Maharashtra New Year, which falls on the first day of Chaitra month.
फुलून गेलं होतं. शिर्डी साईबाबा संस्थानचे अध्यक्ष सुरेश हावरे यांच्या हस्ते साई मंदिराच्या कळसावर श्रद्धेची गुढी उभारण्यात आली. साईबाबांना सोन्याच्या अलंकारासह साखरेच्या गाठींचा खास शृंगार करण्यात आला. साई समाधी, द्वारकामाई, चावडी आणि गुरुस्थान मंदिराला आकर्षक फुलांची सजावट करण्यात आली. तर सावळ्या विठुरायाला पोशाखासह अलंकार परिधान करण्यात आले. विठुरायाचं मनमोहक रूप पाहून डोळ्यांचं पारणं फिटत होतं.
From the 8th of Chaitra, Tatya Kote Patil took care of the arrangements for Sri Ramanavami, and Mother managed the internal requirements for the festival. So, from 8th till 12th of Chaitra, Shirdi looked like a beehive. Shops began to increase. Celebrated wrestlers took part in wrestling bouts. Paraphernalia increased enormously. Food was distributed to the heart's content. इसी तरह से सारे जग में साईं जी के प्यारे हैं, साईं जी के प्यारे हैं, साईं जी के प्यारे हैं. नील गगन पे देख जरा तू, छोटे बड़े सितारे हैं. इसी तरह से सारे जग में साईं जी के प्यारे हैं.
वो तुझसे जब प्यार करेगा, वो तुझसे जब प्यार करेगा, खुशियों का हर पल देगा, बाबा सब्र का फल दे.
And the poor and downtrodden were happy. Initially, about 5,000 to 7,000 people used to visit on this day, but that figure went up to 75,000 to 1 lakh in some years. Now, it is estimated that more than 5 lakhs of people arrive for Sri Ramanavami Utsav. It is to be noted that both the Hindus and Mohammedans have been working in unison in both the processions, and during the entire festival there has been no hitch or quarrel between them at all so far. And there was no outbreak of any epidemic or any riot worth the name during so many past years, which is probable only by the abundant grace of our Sadguru Sai Maharaj. Devotees, I have mentioned about Urus in the previous episode that it marks the death anniversary of Sufi saints, and as per the tenets of Islam, the devotees refer to their saints as lovers of God. We have been pondering upon Baba's intention for celebrating Urus on Sri Ramanavami Day, and here I share an incident to understand on this subject. As we all know, it was Lord Hanuman who recognized Lord Rama as his Guru. It is apparent that Lord Hanuman incarnated as Shirdi Sai Baba. Let me narrate briefly the Leela that expounds this statement in chapter 45 of the Holy Scripture Sripada Sri Vallabha Charitamrutam. Sripada Sri Vallabha is the first incarnation of Lord Dattatreya in this Kali Yuga. He was born and lived in Pitapuram. During his sojourn on earth, he once called Lord Hanuman to manifest in his presence. When Hanuman appeared, Dattatreya instructed him to incarnate again, and Hanuman asked, Prabhu, in what form I should take avatar? Sripada said, in the form of a Muslim saint in Shirdi. Sripada Sri Vallabha also professed, though you are born with Siva Amsa, you became a devotee of Ram. In Arabic language, Al means Shakti and Ha means Shakta, the one who bears the power. So, Allah means the combined form of Shiva and Shakti. So far, you worshipped me in the form of Janaki Vallabha. Now you worship me as Siva Shakti, chanting the name of Allah. Allah, acceptable by Muslim community also. You will attain the purpose of this incarnation by bringing together these two communities. Your teaching must combine the elements of Hinduism and Islam. You need to unify the devotees and guide them to achieve their spiritual progress. During the discussion between Sripada and Hanuman, Hanuman requested Sripada thus, Prabhu, I cannot live away from you in any circumstances. Hence, when I incarnate, you must grant me Datta Sayujyam. Sayujyam means the new love or getting close to God. Sripada Sri Vallabha granted Sayujyam to Hanuman and gave him the Nada, that is sound, and declared that he will be called as Sai Nada, and announced that day as Datta Jayanti. Accordingly, Hanuman's consciousness or Chaitanyam was transferred to the consciousness of Datta, and as per his will, he was blessed to be an incarnation of Lord Dattatreya also. All the boons conferred upon Lord Hanuman were very authoritative. Hanuman also requests that he must be blessed with a Vaishnava Guru in this incarnation. Dattatreya gladly bestowed this wish too. Hence, the incarnation of Sainath is an amalgamation of all the incarnations and the most powerful manifestation of this era. It is affirmed that there can be no such incarnation as that of Sainath's. The evidence for these affirmations can be found in Sripada Sri Vallabha Charitamritham. But these evidences became known to people only in the very recent years. Maybe around 15 to 20 years back, devotees came to know about this holy scripture. Specifics about its revelation is also mentioned in the book. My earnest appeal to all the listeners of this discourse to please avail the divine Charitra and place it in your house. This is one of the most holy scripture meant for Parayanam. I am certain that having this book in your house will confer great merits to your family. This book does not reveal the incarnation of Sainath Maharaj alone, but also expounds the incarnation of Vadalur Vallalar Swamigal, Manik Prabhu, and many other divine manifestations. I hope now the devotees can understand why our Sainath Maharaj desired to hold Sri Ramanavami Utsav and Urus on the same day. Yes, indeed, Sainath, being an incarnation of Lord Hanuman, wanted to celebrate the birth festival of his Guru Lord Rama in a most imposing manner and combine the same with Urus festival, which was meant for Muslims. Now, let us get back to the thread based on masjid repairs and listen to the descriptions given by Hemat Panji. Gopal Ravgund intended to take care of renovation of the mosque. Hence, he brought lot of bricks to level the flooring of the masjid and for repairs. But it looks as though Baba has reserved this work for someone else, because Gopal Ravgund requested Sainath many times to permit him to give a new look to the old dilapidated mosque. But Baba did not assign this work to him. Instead, Baba instructed him to use these bricks for renovating Shani, Ganesh, Mahadev temples and few other small temples situated in Shirdi. Whereas the most ardent devotees of Baba, Mr. Nana Sahib Chandorkar and Gaga Sahib Dikshit, have been persistent in seeking Baba's permission for renovating the masjid. But Baba did not permit them to. Baba led a life of a Sufi saint and strictly adhered to their principle of taking bare minimum from this world and bestowing the most. Hence, Baba wanted to maintain his resting place with least comforts and denied his consent. But Gaga Sahib Dikshit relentlessly beseeched Baba thus: Baba, the open courtyard in front of the masjid is not convenient for the devotees coming for your darshan. They are enduring lot of troubles by being exposed to either heat or rain. So, please grant your permission to secure the place for the sake of the bhaktas. This request brought a change in Baba's mind, as he didn't want to see his devotees suffer, but was not completely convinced to allow them. But with the intervention of Mahalsapati, Baba's permission was secured. Though the permission was granted by Sainath Maharaj, still the devotees always feared if Baba would stop the work. Hence, they would not carry on the work in the presence of Baba. Gaga Sahib Dikshit brought lot of materials from Mumbai and various other places and kept them next to the masjid. But they didn't dare to commence the work while Baba was in the masjid. So, they waited for Baba to go to Chavadi, and those alternate days Baba slept in the masjid. The devotees renovated during night. In one night, the paving of the floor to the masjid was completed by Gaga Sahib Dikshit. It was a small area, so they could complete in one night. But the construction of Sabha Mandap in front of the masjid was a difficult and Herculean task. It involved a lot of hazards and people trembled with fear. Baba didn't let the devotees to work on this. So they completed by working at nights in the same way and under similar circumstances in the night. The pillars would be erected with great difficulty, and in the morning, while Baba returned from Chavadi, would uproot and throw them out. Again, seizing the opportunity, they would be re-erected. Everyone girded up their loins, turned night into day to fulfill their goal, undergoing a lot of exertion. Finally, investing as much funds needed for iron columns and angle brackets, the work was completed as and when Baba was at the Chavadi. The devotees would erect the pillars with much effort, but as soon as Baba returned from the Chavadi, he would pull out. Once it so happened that Baba got enraged and caught Tatya by his neck with one hand and with the other shook a pillar and tried to uproot it. Tatya was about to faint and Baba loosened the pillar by shaking it. At that time, Baba's eyes flashed like embers. None dared to look at him. All got terribly frightened. Tatya was also scared at heart. None knew what was going to happen to Tatya. Madhavrao Deshpande tried to intervene but was caught by Baba and received a shower of brickbats. Bagoji Shinde took courage and cautiously moved forward, but Baba favored him by kicks. All the onlookers were surprised and distressed. Maharashtrians have the custom of wearing headgear. Tatya was younger to Baba by 30 or 40 years. Still, whenever he comes for Baba's darshan, he would wear his headgear. Baba, while uprooting the pillar with one hand, removed the headgear of Tatya with the other, kindled it by lighting a matchstick, and threw it into the pit with anger. This is the pit on which the pillar was erected and now uprooted by Baba. Immediately, Baba put his hand in his pocket, took out a rupee and threw it there, as if to mark an auspicious moment. Tatya was in Baba's clutches for this long. Baba held Tatya in one hand and with the other performed these actions. Curses and abuses were showered. Baba's eyes flashed like embers. People were worried. Who would venture to go before Baba? And how could Tatya be rescued? As they were discussing like this, Baba's anger cooled down. But until today, none could comprehend why Baba got furious. Baba has been getting incensed occasionally, particularly at the commencement of any festival or event. None can grasp the essence in the anger of Sai. This could be to avert some danger or ward off the bad omen that was likely to cause some impediments in the process or to someone present there. Finally, Baba relieved Tatya. Promptly, a shopkeeper was called and a gold zari bordered headgear was ordered. This was actually a very beautiful headgear. This is not the kind of turban we tie around the head, but a pretty embroidered cap. Baba himself placed it around Tatya's head like a Raja who bestows a mark of favor and blessed him. The Rinana Bandh, that is connection from previous birth between Tatya and Baba, is astounding. Baba considered Tatya as his own nephew. Bayaji Baima showered love and care for Baba. She provided food for Baba every day. Baba would relish the food served by Bayaji Baima and regarded her as his own sister. Tatya, being the son of Bayaji Baima, was well taken care by Baba as his own nephew and would play childish pranks with him. The relationship between Tatya and Baba was intimate. Tatya used to call Baba Mama, and Baba's behavior with him was that of a maternal uncle. Tatya was the first among the devotees who were fully devoted to Baba. Being so close to Baba afforded him privileges that few had. He and Mahalsapati could sleep in the masjid with Baba. When Tatya was fast asleep in the masjid, Baba would drag Tatya's legs and place them close to the other person's head, or would tie knots to Tatya's clothes with his clothes. As soon as Tatya woke up in the morning, he would come to Baba and remonstrate with Baba for these childish actions, whereas Baba would simply laugh at him. So, the bondage between Tatya and Baba was so near and dear, and considering these facts, we can conclude that Baba might have got furious during masjid repairs to ward off a danger of Tatya. The repairs to the masjid and the construction of the courtyard was undertaken during the year 1911. Until then, Baba used a sackcloth for his seat. This we can notice in the old photographs of Baba. After masjid renovation and construction of the courtyard, the flooring of the masjid became smooth and flat. So, Baba discarded this sackcloth and made a cushion by placing few white pieces of clothes. Our eyes are also blessed to see the stunning and divine portrait of Baba with a background of Dwarakamai, which might be mistook for a photograph, but that's an artwork by Shyamrao Jaikar. And in this artwork, if we observe carefully, we can notice a white piece of cloth upon which Baba is seated. Even today, devotees can have darshan of this. In the later chapters, we will be listening to the description of Hemat Panji on Chavadi procession, in which he has recorded that Baba, as soon as he reaches Chavadi, would place 60 to 70 pieces of white clothes, one on top of the other, and uses that as his seat. Usually, saints give due importance to their seat, and those who follow the path of yoga are very particular about their asana, that is, seat. Though Sai Baba adhered a very simple life, he gave importance to his seat and wanted a sackcloth to be used for his seat. Later, that was changed to a pile of white rags called as gadi, that is, a cushion. Why is the seat of a saint so important? They give due importance to the seat because the seat wards off their bodily heat, and that is termed as Yoga Agni, which is a kind of fire produced by the inner work of yoga such as pranayama and pasher. In olden days, yogis would sat on tiger skin or animal skin, whereas Sai Baba sat on this small cushion made from pieces of clothes. Devotees, we were discussing about the renovation of the masjid, and we are yet to listen to another wonderful Leela that expounds the Vishwarupa Darshan of Sainath during the construction of the roof for Sabha Mandap, which will be narrated in the next episode. Bow to Sri Sai. Peace be to all. Om Sai Ram.